Hi everybody, this is a red, white, and blue Arcane Bombardment deck for the Alchemy format that lets us play with some of the new Lord of the Rings cards, namely Display of Power, a 3-mana instant that lets us copy any number of target instant or sorcery spells, so of course it fits right in with what we want to be doing here. Now, we're running 4 copies of Arcane Bombardment, but let's take a look at the rest of the deck and see what we got going on here. Now, I will confess I am a stranger to the Alchemy format. I have the barest understanding of what happens here, but I was looking around at some fun instants to try. I wanted to concentrate on things that conjured stuff into our deck that we wouldn't otherwise normally get to play, and I wanted to try out some of the unique instants and sorceries that we have here and graft it onto something that I have a bit more experience playing that I still find effective. So anyway, we've got 2 copies of Fragment Reality down here. I had a hunch that the One Ring would kind of be running around, and 1 mana instant removal is not that bad. And I could go on and on about the design of this card. I really like it. It also just conjures up some interesting feelings when we're playing, but I'll come back to that one later. We're running 1 copy of Reprieve as well, an interesting remand-like effect in Alchemy. 2 Impulse, to Seek New Knowledge, which goes and gets 2 non-land cards, and then we put 1 back. Kind of interesting for just digging some more stuff up out of our deck that we know is not going to be a land. Lightning Strike, because that's always effective. You Find Some Prisoners, because I love the flexible nature of this spell. Union, to keep us alive in the long game. We've got Divine Purge, to exile some things. Just wasn't sure if we'd be dealing with anything recurring or not, so I threw one of these in here. Oracle of the Alpha is here because if we're going to have access to these cards, I'm going to want to play them, and if we're going to be able to conjure an Ancestral Recall and recur that under Arcane Bombardment, well, sounds like a dream come true to me, so Oracle's in here as well. Then next up, we've got You Find the Villain's Lair, a great flexible counterspell that I enjoy playing with, and then 2 copies of Brotherhood's End to kind of protect us from any aggressive decks, along with Burn Down the House and Big Score, which are kind of the usual suspects in here. I've also got Sune's Intervention, because it looks interesting and can destroy artifacts and enchantments, and then Storm of Saruman, because it can help copy spells, which we're going to be doing a lot of in this deck anyway, so I wanted to give this a try too. Now, I will say Display of Power takes some getting used to as we're playing it on the ladder. Knowing when to play it and capitalize on what you've got under Bombardment, what is on the stack, can be a little bit tricky, and I was definitely figuring that out as we went along, but I think we landed on something pretty fun here, and I hope you enjoy these games as well. So anyway, let's get over and see these games over on the ranked Alchemy ladder. I'll be with you for commentary, of course, but as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. All right. Ooh, Fragment Reality's here. Let's get some more lands, though. We're going to toss back 1 Impulse. Will admit, I haven't had the chance to use Reprieve yet, but it looks amazing. Let's start off with our Forsaken Crossroads. We're going to scry since we got nothing to do on 1. I'm going to put back the Divine Purge for now. All right, let's get land number 2. We're going to go ahead and Seek New Knowledge because we can. Put back this second Big Score here. Opponent with a Mirex, looking awfully standard-like. Thrumming Bird, so probably signaling something poisonous, although I don't know what that looks like in Alchemy. We draw a Display of Power, which is nice. Let's go Impulsing. I think we want to guarantee that we get the 4th land for Big Score. It feels like my luck is pretty good with Big Score. If we can get that off on turn 4, then we've got good chances of playing our late game stuff a hair early. Thrumming Bird gets in, but nothing to proliferate. Voidwing Hybrid from our opponent. Let's just go ahead and wipe this away. Buy ourselves another turn since we did pick up a land here. Not feeling much other pressure from our opponent. We don't even have a poison counter yet, so that's always a good sign for us. Battlefield Forge the draw. They're tapped out. Let's Seek New Knowledge here. Oh, okay. 2 bombardments. We'll put 1 of those back. That's just what I was hoping for. Okay. Well, we've got a prologue. I think we're going to do... I want to cycle this away and get it in the yard. We're going to Reprieve that. They can still cast it, but it kind of taps them out if they want to do it again. Yes, good. So that will prevent them from countering Bombardment on 6. Here we go. And those colors should have trouble removing this. Unless Invoke is still legal in Alchemy. Alright, Thrumming Bird is back. 3 mana open, so they do have some counterspells in there, but not sure that matters too much more with Bombardment on the board. Let's big score here and discard the Forge just to get this activated. Let's see what we can pull up. Opponent likely responding here. Oh, reject Imperfection, you say? I think now is the time to try out Display of Power. Let's copy Imperfection and our own big score. Order, I don't think this matters, but we'll do it this way. Yes. We will target the original Imperfection. And we don't have to discard to the copy of big score. Yes, I'll stay at 1 poison counter. Alright, we get Burn Down the House, extra Bombardment, and we pick up Display of Power with Bombardment itself, too. Alright, a few things in the graveyard. We get a Fragment Reality in hand. We're going to pass it on back. We have a few instants. We could have gone Oracle there, but I feel like keeping Lightning Strike up. Opponent's got a Dismal Backwater here. Passing it to combat, we're going to try to zap this fellow right there. And the great thing about Display being under Bombardment, so they're going to counter our Lightning Strike. Unfortunately, can't copy their counter this time, just the way it resolves. But we can afford to pay for Bring the Ending. That might have been a minor miscalculation. We don't have enough poison counters for that to be a hard counter. Alright, and we can copy Big Score and Lightning Strike with our Display of Power that's under Bombardment. So we get free copies of each of those. So we'll target the face and a free Big Score. Pretty good value there. Pick up some lands and another Burn Down the House. That was all on our opponent's combat step. Kaido Shizuki the follow-up here. Nice in a proliferate deck if you can get some counters on some things. Alright, now he's phased out. Lots of mana here available to us. Let's try for the Oracle. At least get this trigger down. Zoop. Alright, there they go. So we've got some conjured cards in the deck. We're going to burn down the house, which is going to trigger Bombardment. We're going to get Lightning Strike on the stack, point it at our opponent. We get Big Score on the stack, discarding that land. And finally, Display of Power can now copy everything else that we've got on the stack. And sure, order doesn't matter here. We get 3 Devils. Lightning Strike brings him to 15. Big Score. Oh, we drew a Display of Power. Let's do it again. Display of Power on Lightning Strike and Burn Down the House. Let's see. We've got 3 Devils on board. We've got basically 6 damage on the stack. And we're effectively doubling that here. Is that Xaxes? I think it is, yeah. Good game. All right, no blue here, but I think this is keepable. We've got a Big Score to kind of patch up our blue weakness. We've got both Fragment, Lightning Strike, and potentially Display of Power as responses to our opponent as we work our way up the mana curve. Opponent on a red and black train so far. Alright, let's play out Eiganjo as our 3rd land. We've got 2 red mana available, so we're ready to start working up towards Bombardment. Book of whatever that is. Can't copy that since that's an enchantment. Can only copy instants and sorceries with the display. But it looks like our opponent's going to be amassing orcs over there. Let's get land number 4 down. I think we can wait to get rid of this orc. I think we want to try to big score right now. So next turn it's going to get Menace. Orcish Medicine. So it's just going to get a little bigger. Oh, okay. Well, it'll be all right. We could have responded to that with a lightning strike, but... Orcish Bowmasters. Been hearing a lot about this one, especially from, what is it, the EDH folks on Twitter. Nobody seems to be happy about this card, so it looks like it amasses and is generally a nuisance. We're going to impulse here. We're going to pick up a coast. We're going to let Bombardment slide for the moment and try to pick it up later. Think we're going to try to clear this away before anybody gets too big. Let's go burn down the house. And that'll also blank the 3rd chapter of their saga over there. All right, another book, so some more amassed orcs. And passes it on back. Let's see. Divine Purge doesn't hit our enchantments. But we might be able to big score, possibly even Union here. Ranger's Firebrand. 2 damage, and then the ring tempts you. So this is now a legendary creature. And they are on level 1 of the ring track over there. All right, let's big score now. We're going to discard Divine Purge and see if there's anything worth picking up right now. Or worth responding to this attack with, I mean. All right, let's just Lightning Strike now. All right, Lightning Strike works. Looks like they had some kind of instant in hand. Although, being an Alchemy, I'm not exactly sure what that could be. We're going to pass it on over here. Try and get some more card draw into our late game stuff. Mordor Trebuchet. So it creates a construct. Whenever you attack with goblins or orcs, well, let's make them play that again next turn. And we cycle right into Bombardment with that too. Not bad. Yeah, let's also Union here. Give us a little cushion. And we draw another display of power. Let's go ahead and do Bombardment right now. And I think, yeah, let's pass. It's always a toss-up whether you instantly try to trigger Bombardment or do you wait, do it on your opponent's turn, because we can't always guarantee we're going to get the big score, and so sometimes it'll run ourselves out of mana on our opponent's turn. But here we've got enough to do what we want to do, so let's just use it on our opponent. Not enough to destroy this creature with just a Lightning Strike. We could Fragment Reality, but I don't really know what else they're playing with. Do love that card, though. Well, I guess it's a land, since that's all we see. We'll take the interesting one in Otawara. As we draw Shivan Reef. I do love Fragment Reality. It is kind of a funny slap in the face to your opponent sometimes. It's like, yeah, I'll exile that creature, but I'm betting you have worse creatures in your deck, or none at all. Real interesting. I do like it. Anyway, we're in activating Bombardment here with a blank display of power. We've got Impulse and Lightning Strike under Bombardment. Impulse, we're going to take a Burn Down the House. Lightning Strike the opponent's face. And display does nothing, but it is down in the graveyard, so maybe Bombardment can pick it up in the future. And we've got some instant things to do here. All right, so it looks like these tokens get sacrificed at the end of combat. It's just kind of a temporary thing. Who is somebody the brash instigator? More orcs. Okay. Well, luckily all of these orcs fit under a burn down the house. Since we're going to do that anyway, let's... yeah, sure. We'll take out the Brash Instigator with Fragment Reality just to get a trigger under Bombardment. We know we're probably going to be wiping this board. We're going to do Lightning Strike, and Impulse. Well, we could Display of Power this stack. We'll copy Impulse and the 2 Lightning Strikes. Sure, yeah, okay. Free copies of 3 spells. I'll take it. 2 more Lightning Strikes at our opponent. Brings them down to 8. We've got 2 Impulses on deck. I mean, we could take another Display, but I am fond of You Find Some Prisoners. Oracle, I think it is. 2 more Lightning Strikes. Brings our opponent to 2. Fragment brings out a Bowmasters. Opponent deals us 1 damage, but we're going to be able to untap into a spell, and I think that's going to do it. We draw a card. No trigger on the Bowmasters. I mean, in case they've got something, let's go Oracle here. Okay, they're going to Hero's Downfall on the Oracle. Trigger still happens, so that's fine. Great, let's get that resolved. Pop those into the deck, and we just need 1 more spell here, I think. Might as well target them, see what they've got. Bombardment, and yes, plenty of Lightning Strikes under there. And just in a, as they say, display of power, we will copy them all 1 more time. That is pretty fun. What is targeting what? Are those the copied Lightning Strikes? Yes. All right. Well, good game. Okay, this is pretty good. We've got a Crossroads here that can act as a blue source if we really needed to. Try and figure out what our opponent's up to. Black-red. I wonder if the Amass Orcs deck is a thing. Really seems to be popular from my limited experience. Well, there's another copy of Orcish Bowmasters. Sensing a theme here. Excited to try out Storm of Saruman. Kind of seems like it fits with what we're going to be doing in an Arcane Bombardment deck. Even if it only copies the triggered spell that we get out of Bombardment, could be cool. Ah, the Nazgul. I've heard these are quite expensive actually now in physical copy. Okay, so now let's see. The Bowmaster is the Ring Bearer, and the Nazgul gets a counter. We're going to go land number 3. Let's pass. We've got some instant things we could do, although we can also afford to just take a hit from this for now. Bloodfell Caves. Spiteful Banditry, huh? Deals X to each creature, so they're just... So it's like a weaker Meat Hook Massacre. So they'll get a treasure if something dies. I got it. Okay. Ooh. Seek Knowledge finds us an Arcane Bombardment there. Let's pass it on back. Got some instant options here. Could do a big score or a union. Try to work our way up the old-fashioned way. Let's see what they do. All right, they're going to attack us for 4. Yep, we'll just take that hit and go to 9. Let's go for union. If we can pick up 1 land here, we're going to burn down the house for sure. All right, we get another bombardment. Oh, that triggers the Bowmasters. All right, then. Let's get rid of the Bowmasters then. If this land isn't guaranteed. I don't know. Bowmaster seems troublesome. Haven't played against it rather, that much. Yeah, let's go for big score then. We've got to get some lands going here just to keep up. But that union bought us some time for sure. No land, but Divine Purge and another big score. Ooh, there it is. Opponent with a 1 ring. So they'll tap it, gets a burden counter, and then they take damage. Doesn't quite fit under our Divine Purge. Ooh, a Mind Spike. They discard our Storm of Saruman. Okay. Gets in. We drop to 10. Finally get another land going here. Let's do Brotherhood's End just to keep this clean. Looks like if they get any more Nazgul going, they can start getting out of hand. Might need to start digging for an answer to this ring here. Ooh. Yeah, so they just get to draw more and more cards each turn. That's not bad. Pair that with Fable, which is banned in Standard. Okay, pair it with 2 Fables. The ring is indestructible, so we're going to need something unique to get rid of that. Let's big score then. We'll at least stay at parity with our treasures. Get rid of this Purge, which is okay, but not great right now. Shivan Reef, and let's go Bombardment. Again, not a super threatening board outside of the 1 ring. Maybe we can impulse into a way to see if we can exile that maybe. Okay, it looks like they discarded another one of those red meat hooks. Another Bowmasters, of course. Alright, that does 1 to us. Amasses some orcs, and they're going to draw 3. I think they've drawn like 6 cards so far off of that. And another Fable. Let's see. Yeah, let's impulse now. If we pull up a board wipe, could be good. Save us a little bit of life. Yep, we got one. Brotherhood's End. Let's go ahead and do 3 damage to everybody. Probably should have done that before combat to avoid the treasures, but that's fine. We're going to take You Find Some Prisoners. Mostly to take a peek at the top of our opponent's deck, see if we can't keep the spells going. And Fable number 4, Yahtzee. Huh. Alright. Let's go You Find Some Prisoners. I think we're going to take a look at the top of our opponent's deck. What do you got, opponent? Ah, there we go. Fragment Reality. Gets pulled up into Bombardment. It's going to exile the ring, but they're going to get something with 3 mana cost or less, I think. And Brotherhood's End, we'll just get a free board wipe, get rid of that token. Alright, it pulls out a Nazgul, so that tempts the, or advances the ring. Let's pick up a Go for the Throat, get some free removal here. We can use this to activate Bombardment on our opponent's turn if they don't cast any instants for us to use. So many Fable triggers. Discards a Lounge and a Go for the Throat. Seeing we're not having a lot of creatures over here. Not a lot of targets for that. Alright, Fable's not... Oh, that's a spicy include. Chandra Hope's Beacon in the Orcs deck.
Time to light up the darkness.
Alright, this took a slight turn. So they're going to add 2 mana.
Here, have a gift.
Red and black. Do you have something to do with that? Or are we just making Chandra bigger? Oh, they get to loot off of this ring emblem. Well, I would have gone for the throat earlier then if I realized that, but let's activate Bombardment here. Let's go Brotherhood's End on damage. That's going to hit Chandra 2. We're going to Impulse, and I think we're going to avoid the Fragment Reality. Let's take the Seek New Knowledge. And just get through some of these triggers for now. Not the greatest stack to copy with Display of Power, to be honest. Let's put back our extra bombardment with this Seek. We got another Lightning Strike, which, as I've already seen, is great fun to copy. Let's see. Burn down the house. If we go Devils here, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, so here's what we can do. Brotherhood's End damage. That's going to happen before the Devils hit the board. Impulse going to find us. Take a Union here. We are at 9. Seek, let's put back an island. Brotherhood's End happens. The Devils appear. And we can send 1 over at Chandra, 2 over at our opponent. And let's play out this land. Finally, some good ordering of triggers from yours truly. All right, 2 more Fables are flipping over here. Opponent got 3 cards in hand. Might be time to start showing a display of power. What is this? Crucias. All right. See what we can do with this. And let's see. It's just combat step. Yeah, let's go ahead and Union. Get a bombardment trigger out of this here. Let's go Brotherhood's End. I'm happy to wipe that board. I don't really care if these Devils perish. Let's big score away one of these displays. Seek New Knowledge and Impulse, because why not? And we'll pass on Fragment. Burn down the house sounds good. Let's put back Brotherhood's End. Big score gets us a little more mana, and this will wipe the board. Opponent does get a treasure, but we do get some Devil triggers on their way out. More land from Union here. That's pretty good. And another Union. Wow. All right. Well, what's our mana like here? I think we've got enough to do a couple of things if we want to and have mana up for our opponent's turn. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, I think we can do this. Let's make some Devils. That's going to trigger Bombardment. Let's resolve the Bombardment trigger. Let's go big score, because we do have some extra lands. Let's do it again. Might as well get some treasures. Seek Knowledge, Impulse, and I think that's it. Yes. And let's just resolve the Impulse. Gives us a burn down the house. Yeah, let's just resolve these. Yeah, kind of tempted to display there, but let's hold on to it for now. Plenty of card draw off of these big scores. Well, actually, we've got 3 lightning strikes in hand. Our opponent's at 11. Hold on. That may have given us enough mana to do this. All right, we've got burn down the house. That's 3. We've got 3 lightning strikes. I think that's enough. Even through some removal, they'd have to have something that exiles. And we can display here and just double that up. That's like 24 damage. Yeah. And we'll choose you and you. And you once again. Wow. That's a lot of lightning strikes right there. Opponent's got something in hand. Go for the throat takes out the Devil, but it's a little late. We'll point that trigger right back at our opponent. And let these lightning strikes go off. All right. Well, good game. Okay, this actually doesn't look too bad. Got most of our colors here. Some early interaction, little board wipe. Got a display for our opponent. Swiftwater Cliffs, so let's lead off with a tap land of our own. Storm of Saruman to pick up for us here. Opponent's got to consider. Let's play land number 2, see what our opponent's up to. Consider a signifier of annoying mono blue decks from Standard. Opponent's got Oracle of the Alpha. Good choice, can't fault you for that one. Let's go ahead and at least lightning strike that threat off the board. Oh, we get a Reprieve, so now we've got a choice between Union and Reprieve here on our opponent's turn. Rising of the Day. Well, let's make you play that one again. Don't like giving things haste when a lot of my board wipes are sorcery speed. And let's pass. We think they're going to replay that. And so we can hopefully big score when they do that and avoid any kind of counter magic. Ah, the One Ring again. Can't blame you for playing that either. Pretty good. Alright, let's use this opportunity to big score. Hold on, let's get to the end of the turn. There we go. Big score. Let's get rid of this expensive white card. Pick up a Forsaken Crossroads here. I do like that it does tell you what it does. Sometimes I forget who's gone first. Alright, we're going to choose blue. We're going to untap it. We're going to play Storm of Saruman. And then we're just going to sit tight. It's going to be an investment in the future. If we can get a bombardment going, it's going to be a great source of second spells, but our hand's also a little inexpensive. We could potentially do our own thing here. Opponent with a Mox Emerald. Words I never thought I'd be saying. There's Rising of the Day again. So hasty creatures and a what now? Yoshin Courier. So either create Power Stone or seek something out. Alright, Mox Ruby. That is the one downside of the Oracle, is if you don't want to draw the Moxen, they are now stuffed in your deck. So Raid Bombardment plus a haste enchantment. This is making me very worried. Alright, so Storm copies the second thing we do. Let's see if we Brotherhood's End. We'll have enough left to big score. Yeah, let's use the mana. Sure, why not? Brotherhood's End. Get rid of those Moxen, get that in the yard, and then big score, which this should get doubled up by the Storm. Yes, great. Okay, we did that correctly. Highly recommend getting a free copy of Big Score if you can, because you only have to discard to the first one. There's our Oracle. Let's see, we could do it now. Otherwise, what are we up to? Impulse or Union? Let's wait. If we hold on to our mana too, we can get Bombardment down and have some options. Okay, opponent's got a big score, making some artifacts. Mox Pearl, yep. Great, another land. So, I mean, it's looking like... Oh, opponent with a second Raid Bombardment? That's not good at all. Moon Silver Key. Is that in there to... that might be in there to find a combo piece. So anyway, this feels like a... this feels very much like a combo deck. Probably, what, Young Pyromancer in there, make a bunch of tokens that are hasty, attack and get a bunch of raid triggers. Well, let's get our bombardment down. We got 4 mana left to play with. We could Divine Purge, but that would get rid of all of our artifacts too. I kind of want these treasures. Well, let's go Impulse. See what else we can dig up. Oh, and I guess that was our second spell. It's not our second instant, so we played Bombardment and then Impulse, so we get a copy of Impulse. I got it. Okay. Now let's take Fragment. We know that can deal with the One Ring. Bombardment happens. Free Lightning Strike. Let's point that at the Courier. And I think probably just another Impulse here. And let's Fragment Reality on the One Ring. We could wait and try to make them take the damage, but they could just draw in response, I believe. Let's just get rid of it now. Ooh, there's an Iconoclast. Opponent's got to consider. Sure. So these are going to be hasty tokens that it's making. And with each attack, we're going to be taking 2 from a raid bombardment. Okay, opponent's got a big score. What's the critical mass of creatures here? Not too many more. Another Yoshin Courier. And an Oracle of the Alpha that's going to be hasty. All right, let's... Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and do this now. We're going to Impulse, trigger Bombardment. We know we have Lightning Strike under there. See if we can't pull up anything else to kind of control the amount of creatures on board. Okay. We get Fragment. We're going to do the Courier. I'm betting they don't have any 1-cost creatures in the deck. And then we're going to zap the Iconoclast with the Lightning Strike. And we're going to decline the free copy that we got off the Storm there. Oh, I suppose we could have pointed it at a token for free. That would have been good. Alright, Oracle comes down. Well, at least it stuffs a whole bunch of mana cards into their opponent's deck there. And I think we survived this. What is this? Oh, Oracle gets to scry when it attacks. It rarely survives. I really don't know what the what the rest of the text on that card says. And Moon Silver Key. Yeah, let's see what they get with this, because this feels like a combo piece. Black Lotus. Okay. So we dropped to 4. Okay, Brotherhood's End. That's good. Yeah, I think that might be what we want to do here. Let's do that on damage. Keep this board clear. That'll trigger Bombardment. And so, let's get a free copy of Impulse from the Storm of Saruman. Let's do Lightning Strike at our opponents. Don't need to fragment anything. So the Storm should copy the Impulse, right? Yes, there it is. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting there. Let's go Union. All right, Lightning Strike happens. We're going to Impulse. Let's take Burn Down the House. Could be nice to copy. And finally, Brotherhood's End, wiping the board. And we do have a Union here. Hopefully that'll keep us alive. We can fire one of those off on our opponent's turn. Hopefully stay alive here. Goes to combat. Nothing. Oh, this is good for us. All right, let's go for the Union. Gain some life. I think let's try to finish our opponent off. So we're going to play Lightning Strike as our second spell. So that should get the copy from the Storm. And then we'll just round it out with these Impulses. Great. Opponent drops to 13. Gonna just take a land off of that one. Ooh, we'll take a nice You Find the Villain's Lair here. Opponent looks like they're in top deck mode. We've got a nice cushion of life, but you never know. what kind of combo they could be playing. Alright, let's get our Oracle going here. Plenty of instants in our hand. I don't mind stuffing some extraneous things in our deck. And I think we can afford to Union here. We're going to double that up with the Storm anyway. Get to 21. Let's go Brotherhood's End. We'll do that on artifacts. I think we'll just do a Lightning Strike at our opponent for now and decline the rest of this. Got plenty going on. Oh, and Union finds us an Ancestral Recall. Okay, I'll take it. Would have been nice to have a third mana up here, but they just have a Mox Emerald, and that wraps it up. All right, good game. All right, this looks pretty good. Got most of our colors. We're going to keep this. Trying out Display of Power here in an Arcane Bombardment shell. Alchemy environment, still learning what these cards do, but Forsaken Crossroads I've at least played before, so we're going to scry. Keep that on top. Gonna lay down land number 2. Could do some reprieving here if we want to. An Urukai Captain. Alright, let's reprieve that. We do have this nice Brotherhood's End here, but I would like a few more things on board before we do that. Let's go ahead and land our Oracle. Put a few nice things into our deck. One of the more attractive conjure cards when I was coming up with this list, since a lot of the Power 9 are spells. And some acceleration isn't bad, since we're looking for 6 mana to play Bombardment. Wow. Let's put back one Brotherhood's End. So we've got a Mox Emerald here we're going to play, and a Black Lotus. Sure. Let's go ahead and attack. Why not? We got Shivan Reef on the top. This is it's a new experience for me. It's a whole lot of power. All right. Opponent attacks with the Captain. Dropping to 18. Battlecry Goblin. All right. Well, I've seen that one before. Let's go Shivan Reef. We're going to attack. Gets us a nice scry. We're going to put Eiganjo back for now. And brings our opponent to 16. Let's pass it on over. Might be the opportunity we need here to big score. We do have Display of Power. We could potentially copy one of their instants. Cacophony Scamp. Appears to be some kind of Goblins deck here. Alright, so Battlecry gives everybody haste. They're going to come across and make a little Goblin token. Brings us to 10, but I think we can afford it. They get to proliferate, but there's no counters. Let's go ahead and big score. We're going to discard Display. Hopefully pick that up later with a Bombardment. And get a couple of nice blue cards here. Yeah, let's Impulse too. We have this Lotus here, some nice extra mana. We will take the expensive white card. Ooh, we've drawn a Bombardment. All right. Let's go attacking then. Don't need the land. Drop our opponent to 14. If we bombard, we've got 1 treasure left. Plus this Mox and a land. Okay. And let's wipe the board now with this Brotherhood's End. Great, we pick up a Reprieve, but no targets for that. And the Scamp looks like it's going to hit us for 1. And we'll pass it on back. Alright, so Bombardment's online. Got some Power 9 stuffed into the deck here. Another Captain comes down. Oh, I see that. Okay, that's why it's in there. It does count Goblins. Now, let's use You Find the Villain's Lair. Let's draw some cards. Activate Bombardment here. We'll cast Impulse. Again, nothing for Reprieve just yet. Ooh. Yeah, I've got to take the Lightning Strike here. Time Walk, very tempting, but can't actually play it right now, I don't think. Unless we played our land for turn. Did we? Well, whatever. We got Moxen on board. It's fine. Got a nice union here as well. More goblins hit the board. Let's Lightning Strike the captain. Trigger Bombardment here. We pick up a Seek New Knowledge and an Impulse. Alright, let's take Display of Power. Alright, Seek finds us Divine Purge and Time Twister. We'll put the Purge back. And Captain is down. Alright, interesting. Not bad. So, kind of want to activate Bombardment this turn. Time Twister's a sorcery. I guess we could just gamble that we'll get an instant out of the whole shuffling, drawing 7 thing. So let's activate Bombardment here. Alright, there's a Display of Power now in there. We're going to Seek some Knowledge. Impulse, although I guess that doesn't matter too much since we're going to be shuffling things away. Yeah, well. Let's, because we can, copy some things here. We're just going to copy the Impulse. It's probably not going to matter, but yeah, why not? Getting a feel for the display. We're going to see how this works. All right, we're going to Seek. We're going to get... Let's put the Impulse back. Keep Burn Down the House. Impulse finds us... Ooh, there's an Ancestral. I mean, just to have it in the hand, I think is nice. Mox Ruby, yeah, why not? Again, these are all going away. Seek New Knowledge. I'll put the Ruby back, sure. Nice knowing you, it was good. And Time Twister, so we're going to draw a whole new hand here. Opponent's going to amass some orcs. Do we need to... I think it's fine, right? Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is potentially very bad. Oh, we got to read that text more carefully. Oh, I had a union in hand too. We could have responded to the triggers. Oh no. Well, let's see what we can find here. We got an Impulse. Oh, everything's so expensive. We'll take the big score. Nothing we can do. Well played, opponent. Good game.